All right.
All right.
Back, man.
Yeah.
Part 2, man, of the Joe of the Coffin. Going through this set with Brian Goes Blue, man. What's going on?
What's up? Man, these ones were pretty wild, man.
Yeah. Sure, man. Yeah. And we had to take a small break because you went to a convention, right?
Yeah, I went to a convention and then Disney World after that. So
yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell of a vacation.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, man. I figured we'll kick it off because we didn't really we talked about it a little bit, but I figured we'd go through the whole set first.
Yeah.
And show everything, and then we're going to talk about the two films, the third part of Zaidu Kaijon Trilogy, Coffin Joe Trilogy, Embodiment of Evil. We'll talk about that one first, and then we're going to get into The Strange World of Coffin Joe. And I'm only showing the card because I guess this is the original artwork. The Strange World of Coffin Joe.
Yeah.
But
some of this artwork like this, it looks like it's almost 3D, you know?
It does. And when it's on your screen on the menu,
yeah,
it looks that way too. I mean, I can imagine if somebody's under the influence of something, they're gonna be seeing some shit.
I mean, you might have to be to watch some of these.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, I know we showed off the first two. We can go ahead and do it anyway. But here's the box. I mean, I'm thinking, hoping that you can see it good enough, but it's pretty damn. Arrow went all out on this. And I got the damn J card still on mine. So, what do you do with your J cards?
I actually have mine folded up.
Okay.
I kind of fold it like a card like that. I put it inside the box.
I think, and here's the back of the box, that's a killer image.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they went all out on this.
He's kind of pointing at you on one side, and on the other side, he's got the finger claws.
Right. So that's the box, and then you have to get off into the box. Okay. So when you get it, it don't come in order. You kind of got to put it in order. For some reason, they had all the cards mixed match. So this is the way it should go. At midnight, I'll take your soul. And you get, there's the cards in that. It's got all the films. And then the new commission Arrow artwork. And and that's the original artwork, which we've already covered on the first episode. If y'all didn't check it out, check that out. And then yeah, and then so on the same disc, you get the Strange World of Jose Mojica Marins. But we're skipping that one because we're afraid this is going to be a heavy spoiler.
Yeah, it's a big documentary.
It's a documentary on Mojica. So yeah. And then so that's that. Let's start with this one. You're getting into the set if you're interested in getting this set. And then this night I'll possess your corpse.
Yep.
Which on this disc, like I just showed, is one of the films we're covering tonight is The Strange World of Coffin Joe, which is actually the third film that he made. The third of the Coffin Joe kind of Zaidu Kaijon, whatever. He made other films, but
yeah.
Let's see. I just showed that. But I might not have showed the original artwork of This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse, which looks pretty cool. And then there's the art, the disc art and everything. And anyway, get through that. And then, so Embodiment of Evil, the other one we're covering. You get a business card. I can't remember which one this came in, but you get a business card in one of these cases of him, of Mojica, the grave digger. But yeah, so that's the original artwork. And I did see some other artworks on the special features on this one, but for some reason this one got chosen. I think this might be the one they wanted, actually, but it didn't. If I remember right, but that's the original artwork. If y'all can see that,
yeah,
that's the one that got chosen. The card is the one they wanted to have, from what I saw. Yeah, I hope I'm not boring the shit out of nobody, but I figured I'd just go ahead and show this shit while we're doing it. Let's see. And I'm not on these. Don't hold me to it. I think this is the next one though. Awakening of the Beast. This is what the hell we've been waiting on. I've been waiting on the replacement disc, and they finally got here. So, really cool. I heard this one's killer. So this is like I said, that's the new art that Arrow did, and there's the original, which looks kind of insane as well. And then the other movie that's on here, The End of Man, and that's the original artwork.
Yeah, that original artwork looks sick.
It does, man. That looks like some crazy Tripnotic shit, I think that's what's going to happen in the later ones. But yeah, so that's the other artwork. I just showed all that. Just going to get this one out the way. So then you got hallucinations in a damaged. Oh, about messed up. Hallucinations in a damaged mind, which is killer artwork, man. That is some badass shit. I like that shit a lot. And then Hellish Flesh is the other film on this one. So you get that one. And then there's the original artwork of Hellish Flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hallucinations in a Deranged Mind. There's the original artwork for that. Okay. And then. Yeah. So I think I just got one more to show, and I can show the book a little bit. I'm not going to flip through the whole book or nothing, but just show you what's on it. What kind of flip through a little bit, but so this is Hostel, the strange hostel of naked pleasures. So, I mean, I could definitely see Rob Zombie being influenced by this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. Like I've seen a clip with White Zombie when they were White Zombie. I've seen them hanging out with Coffin Joe. Have you seen that?
No.
That's pretty crazy.
Just hanging out with them?
Yeah, they were just hanging out with him and shit. So this one has the strange hostel of naked pleasures. That's the new artwork, which is killer. And here's the old school, which is badass too, man. That is a badass image.
Hell yeah.
And then you got When the Gods Fall Asleep. And that's the original artwork. Okay, I think that's all the discs and all the goodies, man, in those. But then you get this thick ass book, Coffin Joe Against the World. And it's full of shit, man. You get all kinds of stuff going on in here. But like I said, I wasn't going to flip through the whole thing, but you get a lot of shit, man. Then you get this poster, man. You get a double-sided poster.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Arrow does it big. And I know I had to wait on that replacement disc, but it was worth it, man. So, and all the poster is just basically the front and back of the box. Which is cool. Oh, yeah. Which I think I like this side better. But hell yeah, man. So I just wanted to show that off. Figured we'd get it out of the way.
Yeah.
We didn't do it in the first one, so. But yeah, man. So we're starting out with hold on, let me check the comments before we get started. Let's see.
I'm sure we're flooded with comments for this.
Oh yeah. I got 100 comments in here. No, but that's cool. I got Russell in here. He says, "Hey, Dirk and Brian, what's going on, man?" He actually checked the movies out, man. He checked out the first two films. I thought it was cool. He said, "Cool films." You got Pops Movie Dungeon. What's going on, man?
Pops?
Yeah, hell yeah. And yeah, so we're gonna dive into Embodiment of Evil, the third part of the Coffin Joe trilogy. Came out in 2008. I believe if you want to check this out, you don't have the discs, you don't have the set. I believe it's on YouTube. But man, get ready, because this son of a bitch, it goes balls out. It's like some insane shit going on. Like the other two films is, you got to imagine it's 2008, right?
What is the gap between those years, between This Night of Possess and Embodiment of Evil? It's got to be like 50 years.
Well, it's 67. Yeah, 67. I think it's 40 years.
Yeah, 41 years.
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy.
So 67 to 2007, because they were shooting, you know what I mean?
It's crazy that he wanted to do that later on in life like that,
Yeah, well, he wasn't able to. So I found that out. He tried to make the third part 5 times, but they kept shutting his ass down. The Brazilian government, the dictatorship over there, they was like, "No, you're not making that shit," because he already had it written. He wrote it 40 years ago.
Shit.
You know, so like he had it ready to go, but they were like, "Hell no, you ain't making that movie," because you know what happens in the movie. Like, so it's fucking, it's pretty insane. I gotta admit. So just be prepared. You know,
It came
I know
out like,
Russell would dig it. He likes. He
it's
likes
got a
some
lot of
crazy
that like
shit.
Saw hostile like torture porn stuff, going on in it.
Yeah, but
I was doing a lot of that.
yeah, but there's really no. He's not like trapping people or no shit.
No.
But he's got. So basically, so yeah. It says 38 years ago. Okay. So tried to make it 5 or 6 times. Yeah. And it took him 7 years to make the film. Took him 7 years to make it. So, so basically the premise is at the end of this night, I'll possess your corpse. He gets arrested. I'm not going to say what happens. I don't want to spoil that part either. Should we? What happened? Like, could he retcons basically the ending of This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse because they made him do a scene at the very end that he didn't want to do. They made him do it. Like I said, man, he had to fight tooth and nail to make films over there. I mean, I could just imagine. It's not like no, I mean it's bad here too, but not like that. Not like that. And I still think I heard like that's still the like most Catholic country in the world. Like as far as dictatorship and crazy shit. Like I was like, holy shit.
Like the Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the premise is they take his ass to jail. And he does 40 years in prison. And he's killed several people while he's in prison too.
Mm-hmm.
And by Brazilian law, they have to release him after I think after 40 years. Like no matter what your crime is. So
but he's just let free.
Yeah. So yeah. So when he gets out, Bruno, his loyal servant, is there to greet him. You know, you've seen him from the first 2 films.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was in the first film.
Bruno?
I think he
no, Bruno's not in the first film. He's in This Night. Yeah. You're right.
He's like kind of like a hunchback.
I was just thinking that. Yeah. But that actor is in the first film.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But so he takes him to his new home, his new hideout, his favela is what they call it, which means like basically a ghetto in Brazil or something. You know, it's kind of so. And he has 4 devoted disciples, like ready to do whatever he wants them to do.
Yep.
Like we're not going to go into full spoilers. I'm just kind of setting the film up, like for you, hopefully somebody to check it out. But I definitely encourage y'all to check out this trilogy of Coffin Joe at least.
Yeah.
Because this one goes crazy as hell, man. What did you dug it?
Yeah, I dug it.
Yeah.
I still think I like probably the first movie the best.
At midnight?
Out of the 3, yeah, at midnight. But the second one's just up there, like right neck and neck with it.
Yeah, This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse.
Yeah.
I think I prefer it more.
Yeah.
But I like both. I like them both. Yeah. I mean, this one's just cool to see like him actually get to complete.
Yeah, where it went from there, and what he could do with a little bit more money and definitely the more technology and the gore aspect that he has in this one is just insane. It's probably what he wanted to do with the first 2 movies, but they just couldn't do that type of shit back then.
Right.
But this one just goes all out. There's gore galore. There's like people piercing through people's skin and hanging them, and
that's real.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, man. What do they call them people? Like they suspend and shit.
Yeah, suspending. Yeah.
But he from what I found out on the special features and everything, that he got all these freaks to come, like to join the movie. And so there's a lot of that shit's real. Like there's some deleted scenes where there's a guy that takes a pair of scissors and puts it through his nose. Have you seen that shit?
No.
Yeah, like it's all real though. This guy's like putting scissors up his nose and nails and shit. I was like, holy shit, man. This is some wild shit, man. It's all real shit. And
just that scene when he's like with the girl in there and he's they're getting rained in blood and stuff like that, and there's like a it's like the whole room's just full of blood. It's like a blood pool by the time he's done with it.
Yeah, man. It's brutal shit. Now that was a real pig that's in the film. Like there's some crazy shit with that.
Like
those hissing cockroaches and shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, that's he definitely went all out in this one.
He's still trying to make his son, you know?
Yeah. He's trying to continue the bloodline so he can be immortal. Because he's the superior one or whatever. But so
yep.
But yeah, torture and gore amped up to 11, man. It's
shit keeps on happening to him, and he gets screwed out of having his bloodline continuation going on.
Right. And so this guy Denison Mayo that co-wrote the film with Coffin Joe, with Majiko.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that actually found Raymond Castile, right?
Yeah.
And that guy Raymond Castile, he did the reenactment scene at the very beginning of Embodiment of Evil.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks a lot like Coffin Joe. It's crazy, creepy, or eerie how much he does look like Coffin Joe.
Was that witch the same witch from the first movies?
I'm not sure on that one.
But she looked really similar, like the gypsy, whatever.
Yeah, she did look almost dead on.
Yeah,
the same person.
And then they had his exes, were like showing up dead and in his visions and stuff.
Yeah,
he was getting freaked out by that.
Yeah, they're bringing all that back. It's they're still haunting him and shit, man. It's
haunting him, kissing him, making out.
Yeah, because those scenes are killer, man.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. Even the other woman that
it's like they painted them like this like gray kind of color too, like their entire body's just covered in whatever paint they used. I guess
it looks like they're black and white.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And everything else is in color. It looks really cool. I dug it. But let's see. Yeah, like I was saying about Raymond Castile, though, he dressed up like Coffin Joe, and the internet wasn't very old during the time.
Mm-hmm.
He dressed up like Coffin Joe and posted it on his website. And this producer from Brazil, this co-writer, I think he might have been producer too. Denison Mayo. Don't quote me on that if anybody's gonna cuss me out or whatever. So, but he found him on the internet and brought him and asked him to come to Brazil. And Raymond Castile went to Brazil on his own dime to be a part of the film. And he's a huge fan of Coffin Joe. So, but yeah, man. So I mentioned about the body suspension guy. You had suicide, or they called that suicide suspension, where you got the hooks in your back. And then you had tattoo artists that were brought in, bodies, which I already said that. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm kind of all over the place. I was just trying to cover all my stuff.
You had that one scene where they're out in the desert kind of area, and they're all they're just like ripping people apart and biting dicks off and all sorts of shit.
Oh man, yeah, it got brutal. I was like, holy shit,
really brutal.
Yeah, it's like I'm guessing that was like supposed to be like purgatory.
He was cutting off a woman's flesh in one scene and having her eat it.
Yeah, they had like a cow stretched out.
Yeah.
On a cross or something. I was like, holy shit, man. What the hell is going on? But man, if like, I don't know. I can get into like, I can just mention like what's on the disc if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some people watching. Got a few people watching. We got like 5 in here. That's cool.
Cool.
Welcome. We got so on the disc, you get on the special features, you get an archive commentary with assistant director and co-writer Denison Ramajo and producer Paulo Sacramento. And it's Portuguese. It's in Portuguese with English subtitles. You get Apprenticeship of Evil. After Mojica passed in 2020, Denison Mayo did an interview with Fantasia Fest's Mitch Davis about growing up inspired by Mojica and later being able to create together and develop a deep friendship. That's like 85 minutes. You get tons of features on this stuff. You get a new interview by Denison Mayo discussing production and making of Embodiment of Evil. That's 38 minutes. You get the official making of Embodiment of Evil, which is 32 minutes. You get experimental short of Embodiment of Evil, that's a crazy, like, psychedelic kind of trip, like a little short film, 13 minutes. You get 14-minute film Fantasia Film Festival premiere footage that has Mojica dressed up as Coffin Joe at like this film festival. And I believe that Fantasia Film Festival is like in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. You get deleted scenes, 12 minutes of Mojica and producer Paulo Sacramento, and they show like raw material. Like they kind of go through some of the deleted scenes and stuff like that. Joe, what is that? Okay, yeah, so I must have wrote this down. There was a quote that said, Joe talks to the dead. Rot while my eternal blood dances on your graves. I don't know why I wrote that down, but I thought it was cool. So visual effects goes through the whole purgatory scene, how they shot that, how they did it, what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get storyboards and commentary. It's like 2 minutes, then you get a theatrical trailer. You get all that shit on that disc, on this one, on the Embodiment of Evil. That's a ton of shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. But I guess we'll get into the second one, man.
They went all out on that.
They did, man. Like so far, like on all of them, like which we've only covered. This is the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
Total. This would be the third total.
Yeah, third.
Kinda. We still had to skip that documentary,
mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Let's see. You got Hall & Oates in here. Hey, Coffin Joe fans. Yeah, man. Have you checked it out, Holland? Not like, really your thing. I keep hearing that from a lot of people that they don't think that's their thing and stuff. But I don't know, man. I figure like we're gonna do a proper deep dive. Well, not deep dive, but like a covering the whole damn set, man.
Yeah,
basically. Because I know a lot of people showed it, but you know.
Yeah, nobody really talked about it after they showed it.
Right. And we kind of waited, you know. We kind of waited a while. But yeah, let's see. You already got all that. Trying to make sure I got. Sorry, yeah. Let's see. Anything you want to bring up, man?
Embodiment of Evil?
Yeah.
Man. He still had the same long fingernails all 40 years later.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're They're long as hell, ain't they? Like shit. I mean, he's a creepy looking dude, man.
Yeah,
especially when he's older. I think he might be creepier when he's older looking. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and he's got everybody just fascinated with him and obsessing over him as soon as he gets out of jail. they still know all about him, and they're still, people wanting to be slaves to him and everything.
Yeah, they'll do anything that he wants them to do. Like there's some insane shit going on, and they prove themselves like loyal.
The only thing with this one that was a little different than the other two was that he didn't he wasn't like protecting kids in this one at all.
No, well, he did. Remember? Yeah, because he didn't protect them, but he got revenge. If you remember what I'm, yeah.
The guy that was after the kids, yeah.
Yep. There was some piece of shit in the film, but he got revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So I guess we'll get into the strange world of Coffin Joe, man. This one's Majika said to his knowledge, this is the only film with two endings to the film that he knows of that were made. He was made to do. Like Brazil made him do another ending to the film.
Okay.
The Wrath of God ending. So anyway, but this is an anthology story. So Coffin Joe, the character, you see him at the very beginning of the film. He's more like a horror host. There's like this crazy, weird hymn playing, right? I kind of played some of that like before on this little brief intro I made, but it's strange. It's strange hymn. Like it's like gospel music, but it's all talking about him. It's like so crazy. Like, but yeah.
Oh, Coffin Joe. That's all I was reading on the bottom of the screen.
yeah. But yeah. So the first film is called The Doll. Well, like I said, this is an anthology film.
There's 3 segments to it.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. The first one's called The Doll Maker. It's 18 minutes long, and I guess the premise is a very wealthy local doll maker who everyone is amazed at how realistic his dolls look.
Yeah.
And then these guys over here that he doesn't keep his money in a bank, and they're like some scumbag, kind of like, robbers or whatever. So they come to his house. They come to his house to rob him, but then they see all his beautiful daughters. So then they take advantage of his daughters. But shit gets a little twisted, and things change a little bit for what happens. But
kind of like a Twilight Zone or something.
It is, man. It feels like Twilight Zone episodes or like The Outer Limits or something like that,
Yeah.
But
especially this first one.
Yeah. Which did you like this one?
What this segment or the whole thing?
This segment, the doll maker.
I did.
Yeah, I liked it. The second one I wasn't real big on. Like, this is not going to be real long because you can't really talk too much about these little. Like this is 18 minutes. The next one's 29 minutes. I kind of wish the doll maker was longer. I don't know. But,
yeah, right.
So the second one is it's called Obsession. It's 29 minutes. There's like this ugly, poor balloon seller that's obsessed with this.
He looks like a freak.
Yeah, he's a super freaky looking dude. He's super obsessed with this beautiful woman. And she dies.
He's got a foot fetish too.
What's that?
He's got a foot fetish too.
Yeah, he's got a foot fetish, man. But she dies like on her wedding day or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he wants to come to her funeral, but everybody's like, "No, you can't come." They don't want him around because he's such a freak or whatever. So then he goes and breaks into the mausoleum and gets all freaky with her corpse. That's all I'm gonna say. So, but well, yeah, I don't know. Could have been better.
That one could have been better, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it really didn't do a whole lot, did it?
No.
I mean, I was just like, it was just, I don't know. I don't know what the hell was going on. And then we got the third one. It's called Theory, which is probably my favorite of the three.
It's the best one of the three, and it actually stars Mojica in there too.
Yep. It says it's like this deranged professor, which is Mojica, Marins or whatever, and he invites another professor and his wife over to prove his theory that instinct is stronger than love and logic. So he's like trying to prove this whole theory to him. They're like, they don't believe him, but they come to his house. Well, without going too far into it, it's like sadism involved, cannibalism, shocking rituals of depravity, like fucking these like endurance tests he does and shit. Some more of that kind of shit, but it's not Coffin Joe doing it this time. It's this other crazy ass professor, man, which Mojica's playing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. You want to add anything else to that? To the anthology film?
You think he just made up that character to make it seem like it was a different type of character, but he was kind of doing the same type of shit as Coffin Joe?
Yeah, he looks kind of like a hipster in a way.
He does. He's got different hair and shit.
Yeah, but he's still dark. And there's one scene though. I don't know how the hell he fucking did it.
Which one?
Because it looks so fucking real. What he does. A knife goes into somebody's neck.
Oh yeah.
And that shit looked real, dude. Like, I don't know if it like they used an animal.
Well, when they focused in on the neck, though, you could see like it was like it looked like skin still, but it didn't look like his skin. You know, it looked like a leathery kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But when they pulled the knife out, you know, you saw the blood draining out and stuff. So
I know that shit looked pretty damn.
It looked pretty real.
Yeah, that's why I was like wondering if that was an animal or something. You know,
yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, that shit tripped me out when I was watching. I was like, holy shit. But I mean, but you notice the people in these films, man, they're not getting paid a lot of money. There's not a lot of money that he didn't have a shit ton of money, you know?
No, but they know who he is by this point.
Right. And they're just willing to do this crazy shit for him.
Yeah.
You know? Like, but yeah, man, so I think he was pretty highly influenced from like there's a film called Tower of London with Boris Karloff.
Yeah, I know that one.
And EC Comics. They say he was really inspired by EC Comics, big time. He was obsessed with it. I know he's a huge fan of Conan the Barbarian too, but it has nothing to do with this. Like, there's nothing remote parallel to that. But
well, EC Comics, what they do, they put out like Tales from the Crypt and stuff back in the day. I know that.
Yeah, a bunch of old school horror stuff.
Old school horror,
yeah. But yeah, he claims that he was illiterate. But a lot of his, like, this character's Coffin Joe, people say that it's a lot like Nietzsche or whatever.
Friedrich Nietzsche?
Yeah. The you know, kind of his whole ideology or whatever. The belief system. Like death to religion, primitiveness. And then there was a reviewer that thought he was mentally ill. They thought he might be insane. Then this reviewer, like back in '73, he was doing a retrospective, and he was like really questioning his his mental health and all this.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, right. But he, so there was a documentary in '78, and he was questioned if he was crazy, and he was like, "I'm crazy. You're crazy. Everybody's crazy." He's just kind of like had fun with it and shit. And he didn't get mad or anything. He was just like, "Shit, yeah, I'm crazy. You're crazy. Everybody's like, But let's see. So there was a book. Stephen Thrower said that there's this Phil Hardy's Encyclopedia of Horror, and that's the way anybody ever heard about these films before we actually got them in the UK and in the United States. But makes me want to track that book down though. Phil Hardy's Encyclopedia of Horror. So
yeah.
And I guess some of the last things I'm gonna add, man, is Mojika said art was important because he said it was evidence of an awakening. If you can appreciate art, you have left the living dead. It sparks free thought. And he says, wouldn't we all like to kill and get away with it sometimes? I was like, what the hell? Then he says, do whatever we please with no repercussions. Yeah. So I guess that was kind of like the whole idea behind Coffin Joe, plus what the priest had done to him when he went to the church one time.
Yeah.
And
he's basically Freddy Krueger before Freddy Krueger came out.
Yeah, definitely was. And I forgot to read this, man. I got this one thing. I hope I ain't boring people that are watching or people watching in the future or whatever. But I do got this one thing. It's at the very beginning of The Strange World of Coffin Joe. I just wrote it down. I thought it was cool. He says, who am I? It's like a barrage of questions throughout this thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? The opening.
Yeah.
It says, who am I? It doesn't matter. And also, it doesn't matter to me who you are. Or rather, it doesn't matter who we are. In fact, what's important to know what we are. Don't try to understand it because the conclusion would be madness. The end of everything and the beginning of nothing. Courage begins where fear ends. Fear begins where courage ends. But is there courage and fear? Courage of what? Fear of what? Of everything? What is everything? Of nothing? What is nothing? Existence. What is existence? Death. What is death? Like, holy shit. Wouldn't death be the beginning of life? Or would life be the beginning of death? You didn't see anything, and you want to see everything. You saw everything, but didn't see anything. You fear what you didn't know and face what you did know. Why do you fear what you did know and face what you didn't know? Your confused mind doesn't know what to look for. Well, hell yeah, you just confused everybody. Because what you're searching confuses your mind, then terror is born. Terror of death, terror of pain, terror of the ghost, terror from another world. Now you see in terror that nothing is terror. Terror doesn't exist, but terror imprisons you. What is terror? You don't accept terror because terror is you. And then it shows like a big old crowd of people. Like, so I was like, I dug the shit out of that, man. I had to write it down.
That was the whole intro.
Yeah, man. It's cool as hell though. But yeah, man.
Did you watch any of the features on this one?
I did. Yeah. And did you check them out? You check any of them?
A couple of them.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I watched everything, man. I watched everything on both of them. This one didn't have a whole lot. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It had an 87-minute retrospective.
I watched the alternate ending, and then
Okay. Yeah, the Wrath of God.
yeah.
That's crazy that they made him do that.
Then the video essay, I watched that.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, on the special features, man, you get for Strange World of Coffin Joe, you get audio commentary by Mojica, which you got to read in Portuguese. You know, you get it's Mojica and Paulo Duarte, and film scholar Carlos Primati in Portuguese with English subs. Then you get the Eccentric of Cinema, a retrospective on Jose Mojica Marins by Stephen Thrower, 87 minutes. It's a great one too. Like he gives you a ton of information in that damn thing. On Tonight's Horror Show, video essay on Coffin Joe. It goes through the history of horror hosts, which I thought that was really cool, man.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, it was in American television in the 1950s. Basically, it shows all the horror hosts. Shows Vampira. You know, of course, she was the very first, or Vampira, whichever. And then you get the alternate ending, like you was just saying, for Strange World, and with the commentary, if you want, you can do that too. Like, so they had, I mean, they went all out on this box, man. Because a lot of people were saying, a lot of people have been kind of hating on Arrow since I guess they took over, like ownership changed or something, right? You would know more about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that Zavi puts out their stuff or something. That's all I heard.
Right.
But as far as features go, this one's stacked.
It is, man. It's packed to the gills. And I mean, I haven't even dug into this book yet. I need to check this out. I need to, when I get time to check it out, and just actually go through it. Because I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of this shit now, man. Like, it's so different. It's so original, and that's what I'm always looking for, man. Something different and original. Nothing that's cookie cutter clone shit of all this other shit. You know, you can see influences, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe he influenced some shit. I was thinking, like, I wonder if like Wes Craven saw any of these films. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Craven or Rob Zombie did. So.
Yeah, Rob Zombie's a huge fan, and yeah. Even this Arrow artwork looks like some Rob Zombie shit, don't it? Like all this new commission artwork, it looks like Rob Zombie type shit going on. But let's see. In Brazil, he was used by the parents to they threatened their children, like if they didn't behave, Coffin Joe was going to get them. You know. But I mean, if they'd ever watched the Coffin Joe, they'd know that he ain't coming for them.
Yeah, he's protecting the kids,
right? Which is so crazy to me. That's so cool though. I like it. Yeah, but yeah, man. Anything else you want to bring up or add to it?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. Yeah, I didn't really care for that balloon, the balloon guy.
That's the worst part of the whole thing, man. But I think that out of all that, I mean, the anthology, it's pretty solid. I mean, I might warm up to it. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
I'll watch it again. Might like it more.
Yeah,
but
you never know how that shit'll go. But I still had a good time with both of them.
When you go from watching this to watching anthology, it's a totally different thing.
Yeah, for sure. We got Coco in here. What's going on?
What's up, Coco?
Hey, now. Hell yeah. We got Blissful in here. What's going on? We're just talking some Coffin Joe.
Yeah.
Some Zaydu Kaishon.
What are the next two we got to watch? Awakening of the Beast and the End of Man.
Yep. Awakening of the Beast and the End of Man, which is yep. Which I think I like. Yeah, I like this artwork better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be the next two. And I'm hyped, man, for the Awakening of the Beast because I've been waiting for that replacement disc.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and finally got it. I had to get on Arrow's ass, but they finally came through. They finally came through. So
what do you do with your old disc? Do you throw it away, or what do you do with that shit?
no, I didn't throw it away. I figured I might give it to somebody. You know, it'd be like, you know, at least one of the films, the subs are good on it. So
I just put an X on it on the top of the disc with the Sharpie.
right.
And I leave it in the case with the other one.
Okay. Yeah, I got, you know, that Rosemary's Baby was messed up too. I kept it too. But yeah, man. I don't know. You got anything coming up?
On the channel, we just put out the review of Immaculate today. We saw that a few days ago. I think Monday night we saw that, and then we saw Abigail last night. So we're gonna put that one out soon.
Yeah.
Then we recorded a video here in the room of you know, our like a toy haul, some more figures and shit.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so y'all go to Brian Goes Blue, man. Sub up, check his stuff out, man. He's doing all kind of stuff over there.
Yeah, officially changed the name. It's Brian Goes Blue and Coco 2 now. So yeah, the official name change. Yep, and we did a new Instagram account too. We haven't put anything on there yet, but we're gonna start posting on there too, and just kind of like we're gonna have our movie shit related stuff on both of our Instagrams too, but also our personal shit, you know. So we want to keep one strictly for the physical media community and everything.
Okay, cool.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Let's see. I got some comments here. Let's see. Coco says every time I walk into the room when Brian is watching Coffin Joe, there's always some crazy shit happening. Yeah, yeah, it is. Definitely is.
On the what was it? On the Strange World of Coffin Joe, she walked in on the third part when the woman was the older woman was whipping the group of people.
Yeah.
Walking in and whipping them.
Yeah, man. It's
like, what the hell? She would have freaked out if you walked in on the guy getting suspended by the hooks and shit.
Oh man, yeah, that suspension shit was true. Blissful says every time I think I'm getting caught up on movies, Dirk and Darren add to my watch list. Yeah, I mean, we're always finding new stuff too. People, I mean, there's so much shit out there in the world that, you know, it's keeps us thriving, keeps us going. Always trying to seek out new shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I don't know. I guess we'll call it, man.
Probably call it.
The anthology one, I don't guess we could have went too much deeper into it.
Not without spoiling it, because they were pretty short.
Right.
And the whole thing was about 80 minutes. So.
Yeah. I really, man. I mean, if y'all, you know, like I said it last time we did this. If you're skeptical, I know this stuff's on YouTube. I've seen that it's on YouTube.
If you want something different and unique, and definitely, you know, something that's part of, you got to read it. But it's a good part of the horror history and everything too. And I mean, if you don't end up liking it, then I'm sure you can get your money back by selling it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
I mean, it's got tons of features for sure.
It's not going to go down in value by any means, I don't think.
I don't think so either, because it's actually, I haven't checked it lately, but I think the last I checked was like 110.
But I think you can check out it, like the first movie or two on YouTube as well. So
Right. See if
they
you
probably won't be in HD quality, but
right. Yeah. But the trilogy is really, I think that's watch all three. I think it's cool as hell.
yeah, hell yeah.
But definitely worth it just for that.
I'm curious to see what Awakening of the Beast is like. I heard good things.
It's supposed to be some really tripped out shit, from
Yeah.
what I understand, like some really crazy 70s type, trippy shit going on. So yeah, I'm hyped for it. I'm gonna have to do it. But I guess what 2 weeks good for you or
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah. But let's see. Blissful just subscribed. Cool. She just subscribed to you, Brian and Coco.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they got a ton of cool stuff, Blissful. I think you'll dig it. Really do. They do a lot of after the movie.
Yeah.
They do reviews like right out the theater. So that's cool. Do a lot of hauls, mega hauls. Brian gets a ton of shit. He's a Vinegar Syndrome subscriber. Like they cover a lot of stuff.
This whole shelf is vinegar.
Right. Let's see. Everybody's saying, hey, everybody's talking back and forth. All right, man. I guess we're going to get up out of here. And thanks for everybody for tuning in and checking us out. Leave a comment below if you've seen some Coffin Joe. If you're interested in seeing some, or if you don't care, say that too. I don't care.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Tell me to go, fuck off or whatever. That's cool. But have a good weekend and try not to have these crazy dreams like Coffin Joe does. I mean,
yeah.
Pretty haunting shit. But yeah. See y'all later.
See you later.